To input your budget into self-service budget development, from the SSBD menu, click Create Budget Worksheet. Then click Create Query. Make sure that Adopted Budget and Permanent Budget Adjustments are both checked, and leave Temporary Adopted and Temporary Adjustments unchecked. Then click Continue. For Chart of Accounts, enter the letter U. Budget ID tells our fiscal year. This year we are working with FY19 or fiscal year 19. For budget phase, because I'm showing an E&G example, I'm going to type BASE, B-A-S-E. My index is 200-200, but enter your own here. Budget duration, we're always using permanent, and we'll skip Display Financial Manager. For check to include accounts, for E&G, we need to select labor accounts and expenses. Scroll down and click Submit. That used our index to populate our fund, our org, and our program code. And then we need to click Submit one more time. Up at the top, we see our worksheet parameters where we can verify all the data we've entered so far. Check your fund, your org, your phase, and make sure that's all correct with what you're working with. Then we can click Jump to Bottom. From here we can see our summary totals, which gives us an overview of what our budget looks like so far this year. Our base budget was our starting point from the current year. Our proposed budget is our new proposal for next fiscal year. And new budget shows the changes made in budget development before you submit them to your proposal. Cumulative changes shows the changes made during this budget development season. For E&G, we always want to make sure that our net cumulative changes are 0. If you scroll up to the section called Worksheet, you see each account code with its corresponding title, Adopted Budget, Permanent Adjustments, Base Budget, and Proposed Budget for the new year. Upon reviewing your budget, if you need to make a change to your proposed budget for the new year, enter that change into the Change Value column according to the line you need to change. Once you submit changes, those changes will appear in the Cumulative Change column as well as the new budget. So for this example, say we need to reduce student employment, account 711000, by $2,000. To reduce, I need to put a negative sign followed by the amount. Don't use commas or dollar signs when you're entering a change value. Now because this index is an E&G index, I need to also add back $2,000 into my budget so that my net change will be 0. For this example, I want to add $2,000 into our materials and supplies account 740000. To do that, I will simply type 2,000. You can add a plus sign if you choose, however, it is not required. Once you've made a change that you'd like to submit, scroll down and click Calculate. You should get a green check mark that says the changes submitted have been processed. If you scroll back down to your worksheet, you will see what you entered in the change value columns move over to the cumulative change column. So we can see we reduced student employment by $2,000 and added $2,000 to materials and supplies. This has also updated our new budget column, but has not yet changed our proposed budget that will move into the new year. If you review your new budget column and that looks correct, scroll down and click Post to save. Scrolling back down to your worksheet, you'll see you still have cumulative changes, you'll still have new budget, but the proposed budget has been updated to reflect those changes. Once again, we can scroll down to the very bottom of the page to see our summary of changes. We see a reduction of $2,000 and an addition of $2,000, which keeps our net change zero. For E and G, we always need to make sure that our net change is zero. After we've made changes, we also need to update our text associated with each account. To do that, click on the account code link that appears in the worksheet. There are two sections. One is called Enter Budget Text Print. This information will print in your budget development reports. The second section will not print into your budget development report. Most departments use only the print. However, if you do need to store some information such as a special formula that you do not want to appear on your reports, you can enter that into the no print section. Here we have estimated OPS student assistant hours, and we have adjusted our budget text to say decreased workload for OPS employee in FY19, which is our upcoming year. That explains our change to our budget account column. Once you've adjusted your text and updated it accordingly, click the Save button. When you get your green check mark, click Exit Budget Text Page. Before you submit your final budget proposal, please click on the link for each account code and review the text and update as needed to make sure that it still applies to your new proposed budget for the next fiscal year. Click each link as needed to update that text. Once you've made all the changes, be sure to click Post to save. When you've made all the necessary changes to your budget and reviewed your summary totals, you may exit the page by clicking Exit or just returning to the Budget Development menu.